I'm going to send this link to everybody afterwards so that you can understand. There's two parts to the course. There's the college level course, which is $99, and the license preparation part, which is $299. The license preparation of the 12 live classes, practice testing after each class. One of the fun things that I'm going to do, which you may not have seen, is show you what the practice testing looks like. Right? So some of you may not have seen that before. You want to be doing the college level courses and the license preparation classes at the same time. If you've enrolled in the course for a while and you haven't started the college level courses, you're doing it wrong. Right? You need to log in and start going through the college level courses because there's a timer. You have to wait 18 days, 2.5 weeks from the day you begin the college level course until you can take the final exam. You can't do two at once. So you want to get on that, right? Because if you do it as fast as possible, it's going to take 7.5 weeks. Then you can apply to take the state exam. You can't do it until you've got the college level courses. It's right now running 8 weeks to get testing. You understand? You don't want to drag this out. It's hard to do it quickly. It's going to take you 3.5 months, assuming you do it as fast as you can. While you're doing the college level courses, you're going to the live classes, doing practice testing. There's, after each class, a subject test. I'm going to show you what one looks like tonight. And after you've gone through all the classes, there's master exams, they're called, which are questions on all of them together. You can start with any lesson. You can take them in any order. You can repeat them as often as you can stand it. When they keep going on a rotating basis, this happens to be number 1, so some of you are lucky. But if you started at number 6, the next one would be 7. If you started at number 12, the next one would be 1. They just keep going and going and going. They're all broadcast on the internet. They're all recorded. This one will be up probably later tonight. So I put fresh videos on. If you miss a class, you can watch the video as often as you can stand it. The college level materials are provided by an affiliate called Career Web School, who's approved by the Bureau of Real Estate to give you a certificate of completion for the college level courses. That's not what I do. Right? I teach you how to pass the licensing exam. Those are the license classes. That's what I do. And the practice testing comes from real estate trainers. If you've enrolled in the school for a while and you haven't been doing the practice testing, you're doing it wrong. Now, how would you do these things? Well, you go to my website, which is called dreclass.com. When I registered it, they were called the Department of Real Estate. They've changed their name to the Bureau of Real Estate. So I should do it as BRE. By the way, I've registered that domain too. So if you typed in BRE or DRE, you're going to get to this page. What you do is you scroll down to where it says Student Login. You click on Student Login. Now my program remembers that I've already logged in, but let's say you don't remember your username or your password. Can anybody see what you might do if you forgot your password? How about click on Lost Your Password with a question mark? Should you send Jennifer an email saying, I lost my password, what should I do? No. Should you call me on the phone and say, hey Mike, I've lost my password, what should I do? No, right? If you've lost your password, you click on, I lost my password, and they're going to ask for your email address, and they're going to send you a password, right, to reset. Now, if you're doing the college level courses, people say, I forgot the link to the college level course. I don't know how to get to the college level. How do I get to Career Web School's college courses? You see this button here that says Career Web School. How about that? If you click on it, it's going to take you to the college level. If you, let's say you say, oh my gosh, I forgot that password too. What do? You click on the I forgot my password link. You put in your email address. They're going to send you a password. Don't send Jennifer an email or call me and leave me a voice message, right? Because I'm going to tell you to go there and click on I forgot my password. Then the practice testing, people ask me, where's the practice testing program? I know you sent me a link, or I think you sent me a link. Once you've enrolled in the school, within a couple of days, you're going to get a link to Real Estate Trainers Practice Testing Program. Sometimes it ends up in spam. I can't help that. But if you've lost it and you don't know where it is and you're panicking, I need to do the practice testing, what should I do? How about going here to where it says practice testing and click on that link? You need to be logged in. It explains the practice testing program. There's a link to the online practice test. It explains what your username and password is. It explains what it is. You don't even have to click on a link. You can pretty much figure this out from reading what it says here. There's an 800 number for real estate trainers where you can call them and say, I have no idea what I'm doing. Look me up, please, help me, and they'll do it. Don't call Jennifer, send me an email, right? You know what I'm saying? Just call them because that's all we can do. And then there's an explanation of how it works. I have logged in to Real Estate Trainers, and so I'm going to show you how it works. We've just finished a class. Now you see where it says here, select a category? Does everybody see that? If you click on that, notice property interest and title acquisition. Property interest is what we did today. Title acquisition is what we're doing next week. It doesn't match my lessons perfectly, but it's really, really close. So if you click on property interest, you would right now be taking a test about what we just talked about. And you select property interest, click on take this test, and you're practice testing the subject of property interest. Doesn't that sound like fun? You get all of these tests that you can do, and it does follow closely the structure of my 12 classes. It will, by the way, tell you how well you're doing. You can take them again and again and again and again, and it'll keep track of what you're doing and how you're doing, and you can see how you're improving in the subject test. Once you've gone through all 12 classes and you're ready to take the state exam, notice these tests that says master exams. These are 6 150 question simulated state exams. They're all the subjects mixed together. You pick one, you click on take master exam. It's going to tell you how well you're doing based upon each subject. Right? It'll say you're not doing well on financing. Well, you might want to repeat the class, right? You might want to do the subject tests. There's also a review of the master exams with answers. And finally, there's a glossary, and this one is really cool. A lot of people miss this, mix and match. This is something that you'll do once you get through. You see this. Drag the term to the box with the correct definition of vendee. Let's see. A vendee, I'm going to guess, let me see, a right retained by the grantor when conveying a property would be a reservation, joint ownership by 2 or more persons with right of survivorship. How about joint tenancy, a system of fee ownership of units in a multi-part? That sounds like a this looks like a stock cooperative, and that looks like a buyer. And it says, aren't you happy to know I got them all right? Otherwise, you'd be worried. So you understand, there's a whole bunch of these. Wasn't that fun? That's a tool. Most of the state exam is definitional vocabulary stuff. All right? You understand? So the reviewing the glossary of terms, by the way, wouldn't hurt just to look through all the different words. If you don't know what something means, you could look it up. You ought to do the mix and match. There's a final simulated state exam. People who do all the testing pass the exam. When the rare instance occurs where somebody says, oh, I took the test, I didn't pass. My question is, did you do the practice testing that we gave you in Real Estate Trainers? Most of the time they say, what? What? What are you talking about? Well, do you remember the emails we sent you? Oh, no, I didn't do that. Well, or they say, yeah, I did a couple of them. I've never had anyone who's gone through all the testing and failed the state exam. All right? Now, to pass the state exam, you need a score of 70%. How well do you want to be doing in these tests? 100 would be good. How about better than 70? You understand? If you were going to hire a pilot to fly you over the mountains, you might want him to do more than barely miss the tops. Isn't that right? So you might want to have a little room. How about 80? or 85, right? You understand? If you're consistently getting 80 to 85 to 90%, you're going to get a real estate license. If you're not, you might get a real estate license, right? You understand? But don't blame me, right? If you don't pass and you don't go through the practice testing. Question?
Can you print the test after you take them?
Can you print the test after you take them? They don't want you to do that, right? And you're not supposed to. But there's a way around it. I'll let the other people that know how to do this, you know.
Oh.
You can do print screen, you can turn off JavaScript also. But just saying. Google search, how do I turn JavaScript off on the browser? And you can, it's, you know, but the testing, you by the way, if you want a printed copy, real estate trainers will sell you a book for like $35, $40 with all of them printed out for you. It's, by the way, cheaper to buy their book than to run them on your inkjet printer at home.
Michael, are we going to see the similar questions?
Are you going to see similar questions on the state exam? Some of them are going to be virtually word for word the same. Some of them are very, very close. Some of them you will not know. You won't have seen them exactly, which is why I try to explain the concept. If I had all the questions that the Bureau of Real Estate could ask you, I would charge you a whole lot more for this course. So you have to understand the principles and the concepts of real estate so that when you get a question that we don't actually have, you have a shot at answering it. All right? Was that fun? Yes. Rotate tests and questions. All right. You guys have worn me out. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
So I have a question. Today I went ahead and registered for both courses.